mystery player. All right, okay, start it up. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the iceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Woiwurrung traditional land for the iceHQ Recreational League Women's League Grand Final here on a Friday night at iceHQ, and Friday night is hockey night. This is the culmination of the women's series for Women's League, obviously, here at iceHQ, and it is between the Hellfish in the green and the Trash Pandas in the purple. Pardon me, I'll get my breath back. The Hellfish come into this game as very, very heavy favourites. They have a plus-minus throughout the series, which is the number of goals scored versus the number of goals scored against a plus 75, which is an enormous dominance. They have won every single game throughout the season, and the closest margin they've had has been a 4-1 win, and they beat the Trash Pandas on the 3 occasions. They beat them 4-1, 6-1 and 7-1. So pretty big wins there, but they've got a relatively short bench tonight, so we'll see if the Trash Pandas can get an upset win against them, which would be great if they can, or at least certainly make this a good contest. The Hellfish have a very, very talented team led by Georgia Carson in defence, who is a legend of Australian ice hockey, and Colette Morgan also be expecting to see some pretty amazing stuff from her. So too Vicky Prosick, who is excellent playing for the Ducks. So we'll see Vicky playing later on over the summer in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. And that would be great to see her. But also for the Trash Pandas, some pretty fancy players there. Lita Jackwitz, who has just taken up a role with the Melbourne Ice. She'll be very pleased to be playing with them. Also watch out for Elizabeth Jamesis and Claudia Dezmovic, who is particularly effective as well, fast and furious. So there's some good talent in both teams. Looks like Jackwitz is lining up to take the face-off for the Pandas. Facing off against, I think that might be Colette Morgan, who's playing in a grand final later this weekend again as well for the Trash Pandas. Sorry, for the Rock Lobsters. About to get the puck underway. Referee drops the puck, and we are off. The face-off initially won by the Pandas, but driven back into the corner. They'll have to go pick it up, trying to play it up the ice. But just a bit of a messy clearance there on the boards as all the players losing the puck down in the corner. It's a bit hard to see it from the camera angle that you have. The Pandas play a very risky cross-ice pass out of D. They get away with it on this occasion. Very tempting to make that pass through the slot, but Nat Efimov was back there for the Hellfish waiting to clean it up. As now Colette Morgan is pushed down into the corner by the Pandas defence, but only comes across to Georgia Moore. And we've got a mystery player, Grace Taylor, is playing for the Pandas at number 77, which isn't showing up on the system as well. So if you're looking for who she is, it is Grace Taylor. And I will try and remember that one as well. It's not on our system at the moment, but we've got it. So first face-off of the game after the initial flurry there will be just outside the... so it's an icing. If you're not familiar with the rule of icing, if you play the puck from your side of the rink, so your side of the red line down the middle, and it crosses the goal line at the other end without anyone touching the puck, it's the crime of icing, and you're brought back for a defensive zone face-off. The sting in the tail there is a defensive zone face-off is usually a pretty good opportunity for a counter-attack, but you're not allowed to get a change. We don't enforce that here at iceHQ for most of the leagues, so it's not such a big deal. The icing is generally not frowned upon by most teams. They're fairly happy if it happens. The Pandas managed to clear the puck out of the zone just through Brie Holden, but now they get another chance, and it looks like that might be a nice shot, and then it goes across the front, though. In the net too tonight for the Hellfish is Katrina Lee. Came up through the development program here just a couple of seasons ago, so it's great to see her in the net. Nice little play there for Brie Holder. Got a nice chance, but couldn't quite get the puck into the net where she would have liked it. Another shot fired across the front of the net by, I think, Dezmovic there, taking the shot in. Yeah, it is. Black numbers against a blue background is very easy to read. Good contrast. Thank you very much. And Claudia, much appreciated. But anyway, here we come playing the puck out of the zone as Troon gets tangled up with Dezmovic on the boards and leaves a stick behind. Dezmovic may be there with a broken stick. She has to go get a change. If you do break a stick, you're required to drop it. You're not allowed to continue to play with broken equipment. It's a bit of a strange rule, but that's the way it works. As the Hellfish try to clear it out of the zone, but they don't. Darcy now manages to just get it out, and she gets it onto the stick of Vicky Prosick, who's got some speed. Gets across into the slot, winds. She takes a shot, but it doesn't quite go. The goalie there, Jess Meggs, in the net for the Trash Pandas, makes that one safe. But a good play there by Prosick. Another player who will be playing with the Melbourne Ducks in the AWIHL coming up just in a couple of months, starting off here at iceHQ. It's after two seasons of hard work to get the team, the Melbourne Ducks, associated into the AWIHL, they're getting in now. And you can see Prosic pinching right in as a D. She gets the puck and gets a shot away, but Megs makes a save. When the defensive player pinches in like that right in on the blue line, it's often a really good opportunity for the team playing the defensive zone face-off to get a nice counter-attack if they can. Prosic wraps around the back of the net, tries to get a shot away, instead has to play it up to a point, who just lobs it in there. That was Pixel Wilson-Allen who lobbed the puck into the net. Wasn't much on it, but it was the right option. And the Trash Pandas trying desperately to clear the puck out of the zone if they can. They go cross ice out of the defensive zone, but they do manage to get it up ice. But it's going to be Brianna Chitz there who is pushed off the puck. And Prosic tried to do something constructive with it, but it ends up now on the stick of Troon, who gets it onto her backhand, tries to get around the defence and does, but pushed down into the corner, chips back out, and unfortunately for Troon, it leaves the zone. Not able to keep the puck in there was Ash Elliott. And now it's a chance for Grace Taylor. Gets onto her backhand, puck's loose, couldn't quite get to it. Katrina Lee got just across in front. Great chance there for Grace Taylor, but she couldn't quite finish it. Now, not able to clear the puck out of the zone was Chitz. She's got to try and dump it up the boards, and does this time, but picking it up and coming through there was Troon, I think. Puck now up to Nazmovic, who chips it across, finds Jackwitz. Jackwitz gets some speed, gets a bit of room, pushed out wide though by Carson. Shoots and scores, Jackwitz. Over the blocker side of Katrina Lee, and against the odds, certainly against the way you would expect this game to go, the first goal up to the Trash Pandas. They'll be very pleased with that one indeed. A little bit of clipping on this audio. I'll just see if I can adjust that just a smidge. They're not going to deafen you and get too much out of that. But a nice move there by Alita Jackwitz, who's celebrating having been accepted into the Melbourne Ice team for this coming summer after playing Ducks for the last two in the induction seasons. But however you get to play the AWIHL, you do it. Puck dumped back in nicely by Jackwitz from the face-off, back to her D partner who tries to chip it up the boards. Doesn't get much on it, so they don't clear the puck out of the zone there, the Trash Pandas. Puck loose across the front of the slot. Chance there for Darcy, but she couldn't get it cleanly. She's battling on the boards now. Stuck in the corner. Darcy just manages to pick up the puck and win the first battle, but Jackwitz is there as well. Puck on the stick of Prosic, who gets a shot. But Megs makes the save. Prosic beautifully positioned. You'll see if we get that replay. Prosic's just sitting in the slot. You can see here she makes herself a bit of space. Plenty of room. Gets a shot away. And Meg's a little bit lucky there to make that save. Prosic saw a lot of net, but Megs managed to get just enough pad in the way to stop it going in. So another defensive zone face-off for the Trash Pandas with 9 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first of three. The Pandas with a 1-0 lead at the moment. And the Hellfish very heavy favourites. But the Pandas are going to make them work for it, that's for sure. And if they can score an upset win, it would be to the betterment of the league, I suspect. No one likes to see one team be incredibly dominant all season. Prosic, though, is going to see what she can do to retain the dominance. She gets another shot. Megs makes the save. Jess Megs has been outstanding in the net all year in every league she's played in. And we started goaltending a couple of years ago, but a natural talent for sure. Shot fired there in the front there by, I think, Pixel Wilson-Allen, but it wouldn't go. Now the Pandas break it out. Just trying to get it onto the stick. So as soon as I can see a number. Shot fired in on the net by, I think, Elizabeth Jamesis, but it wouldn't quite go. Goes around the back of the net. Another chance now here. It's Bree Holder who puts it into the slot. But back there safely was Nat Efimov, who will play it up the ice. Finding Wilson-Allen, but Wilson-Allen runs into a wall of purple on the boards, and Smovic was there. Players deciding to all have a little bit of a tumble and getting tangled up in themselves. And looks like we've got a bit of a wrestle as well. But they'll get themselves sorted out and untangled. Ash Elliott there with someone wrapped around her leg. Should be pretty happy. As Wilson-Allen dumps a puck across. And we're going to get a call on that. And it's going to be a penalty, I think. And understandably so, heading over to the net. Here's Tiggy Wilson-Allen, who will sit to, possibly for holding. He certainly had Ash Elliott's leg in a pretty decent grasp, and it looked like Elliott was fairly cranky about it, but managed to restrain herself, and as a result, the first numerical advantage of the game goes to the Hellfish. They've got the extra player for 2 minutes or less, shot fired out from distance, but Alicia McPool got in the way. But Troon now for the Hellfish. Has a little bit of space. Pushed down wide down the side. You'll see the Trash Pandas setting themselves up in a defensive pattern. They do have to defend for 2 minutes with one player off the ice. But blasting in now with a little bit of speed. Katie Hurtis And she can't get past the wall of Trash Pandas' defence. Doing a pretty good job at the moment of owning that space in front of the net. That's where goals are scored, so that's what they've got to protect. Vicky Prosick now on the ice. She flicks it up high to her D, who flings the puck in hard. But again, Megs there gets a rebound though. Puck into the side now as the Hellfish once more trying to set up and get established. Been a good penalty kill so far by the Pandas. They haven't overcommitted. They've managed to maintain good control in front of there. You can see there Vicky Prosick there just floating around. When the puck's on the other side, she's not a threat, but you've got to clean that up pretty quickly if the puck comes across. Now, lobbing the puck in from the point was Hurtis, but it's chipped away from her. She's got to race back now. You don't want to give away a short-handed goal, especially with a 1-0 lead, as Darcy was down there well positioned for the Hellfish being careful. Jackwitz comes in to put some pressure. Can't overcommit there, but does manage to just disrupt the breakout a little bit. But Darcy did get the puck past her. Now blasting up with some speed. Pixel Allen, who Morgan tried to get a shot away. Trash Pandas there, though. So the penalty's a double minor on number 81. It's not showing up on our system. My apologies. The team managers here not doing a great job of keeping the system up to date with who's on the ice. But regardless, number 81, double minor for that foul. And the Hellfish with a numerical advantage for 4 minutes, not just the 2. But so far, the Trash Pandas have been pretty effective. They get a shot away now, the Hellfish, but Jess Meggs is there to make the save. Safe pair of hands indeed. That's who you want in the net at the moment. I think the Pandas will be pretty pleased to have her performing well. I haven't seen Georgia Carson on the ice. She might be over actually running the bench at the moment for the Hellfish. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. No, she's on the ice now. I tell her lie. Face off won by the Hellfish. They tried to get a shot away. Troon couldn't get it cleanly. And it's tipped up and through by Nuzmovic now. Having to race back and pick it up is Nat Efmoff, but it'll go for it. There's no icing on the penalty kill. So Nuzmovic wants to be careful she doesn't overcommit in this case. Black writing on purple jerseys is a really bad choice for your numbers. But anyway, puck bubbles around the back of the net. Trash Pandas doing a good job on the penalty kill of turning it into a power kill, it's sometimes known as, where they're actually getting some good attacking time on the penalty kill. You can make an argument that the best way to defend a penalty is to try and score a goal the other way. You've got to be careful you don't overdo it though. Now Nat has a shot in. It hits the back of the defence there by Grace Taylor. He's showing up having 2 numbers now on this system. Puck in deep. Ash Elliott goes now to pick it up. No, sorry, I tell her late. One of the Hellfish players goes going to pick it up. It's shot in there by Efmoff, but it won't go. Megs once more making the save. 4.5 minutes to go in the first. The lead's still 1 goal. Puck go around the back of the net now. The Hellfish go around to pick it up. You can see the Pandas not going around the back to chase it, which is wise. Fair bit of push and shove in front of the net, but Jess Meggs is there safely. She stops Troon's attempt to score. 20 seconds to go on the power play, so the Trash Pandas will be back to full strength just about on the drop of the puck here. Now they need to be careful because they're going to get the Trash Pandas will have a player jumping on behind the play. If Troon's not alert to it, you can see Troon pinching right in on the circle. Now on the drop of the puck pretty much, the Trash Pandas will be back to full strength. If they can chip the puck out past Troon, they're in a lot of trouble, the Hellfish, but now they've seen the threat. Allen goes across to get the change, lengthening the shift there, and you can see the Trash Pandas just giving away another 10 or 15 seconds of penalty. But it's their call. They can do that if they want. They try and clear the puck now up and out of the zone, and they do. They manage to kill the penalty, which is great play for them. They'll be pleased. 3.5 minutes to go in the first. 1 goal to lead to the Pandas. Shots on the net, though, well in favour of the Hellfish. 11 shots to just the 3 for the Pandas, but really the only one that counts is the one that gets past the goalie. Hellfish now just trying to keep the puck in the attacking zone. Nice pressure there from Grace Taylor wearing 77, not number 1, but regardless. Now out comes the puck. The Pandas clear the zone, picking up and working around Colette Morgan. She's just dispossessed though. Nice poke check there by Bree Holder. And the Pandas looking to clear the puck out of the zone, but there's too many green bodies in the way. They just get in the front of that puck clearance. But the puck now in the corner for the Pandas. They've got a bit of room as the Hellfish getting changes. They don't clear the puck out of the zone though. Nicely kept in Sarah Darcy. She did a good job there on the boards. The risky cross-ice pass ends up right on Georgia Carson's stick. She winds up. She gets past 2. She gets onto a forehand and shoots. But Meggs makes the save. You can see there the risk. You take that pass Cross ice pass out of D, right in one corner, across to the other. Most of the time it's going to get picked off, and Georgia Carson knows that only too well. She distorts space and time and is always in the right place. And you can see there exactly why that pass is such a poor option. Sometimes it looks like a great choice, but it's just a bad choice. Anyway, puck now up to Carson once more. Hellfish playing a little bit of backwards and forwards across the zone. Prosic played at Carson, who flings it in, taking that shot on the net. She knows the important thing is to get the puck on the net and try and get rebounds. From the blue line, it's hard to score, but you can put the puck deep into play and certainly put a lot of defensive pressure on the team that you are attacking against. Puck now played across the front. They're trying to find a connection there onto the stick of Wilson Allen, but it didn't quite get to her. Wilson Allen puts the puck back across into the slot. Trash Pandas having to defend a lot this period. Carson keeps the puck in. She's on her backhand though. She just chips it into the corner. Not bad play there from Carson. It was a good option. She couldn't get across onto a forehand easily. Hellfish get the puck into the slot. It's on the stick of Troon, but she's pushed off the puck. Carson once more though. You're going to hear that a lot. Nat Efimov tries to put the puck in. Nearly Jackwitz with her own goal there, but fortunately she didn't actually touch the puck. Efimov now turns around to defend on Jackwitz, who did score that earlier goal. Jackwitz gets past one, but doesn't get past Carson. Tries to battle now in the corner. Efimov putting pressure on her with Prosic as well. But Jackwitz there eventually dispossessed. You can't do it all on your own every time. It's worth a try though. It comes up to Troon. That's Shelley, that is. Gets the puck onto her forehand, but is just watched safely into the corner, not able to get a shot away. Wraps around, puts the puck loose in the slot. Jackwitz is there, been on for a long shift. Puck now behind the net on the hands of Troon. Now the Hellfish get the puck up high, trying to get it onto the stick of Nat Efimov, who tried to get a shot away. Backhanded chance there for the Hellfish. It wouldn't go either, but the Trash Pandas defending fiercely, but they've hardly been able to get the puck out of their zone, and that just really means they can't get changes. Still unable to clear the puck. They finally do, and they'll be looking to get some changes now, and they do. Jackwitz gets off the ice after probably amassing a heart rate of around about 450 BPM. There's some tachycardia for you. As Nat Efimov, who's also been on the ice now for a long time, looks up ice, tries to get a puck away, maybe a dump and change. No, it's going to stay on the ice, but it doesn't matter because the siren is blown for the end of the first. And at the end of the first period, it is the Pandas with a 1-0 lead over the Hellfish. Hellfish with 15 shots on the net. In the net there for the Trash Pandas. Jess Meggs has thoroughly warmed up now. You could say that quite politely. Whereas just the 3 shots for the Pandas, but one of them went in, and it was Jackwitz who put that one away. Tiggy Wilson Allen with a 4-minute double minor forced the Pandas to have to defend with a numerical disadvantage, but the Hellfish were not able to take advantage of that. They've got shots on the net, but none of them so far have got past Jess Meggs, who has so far been outstanding for the Trash Pandas. So at the end of the first, we will see how it pans out. If the Trash Pandas can cut out those risky cross-ice passes out of D, now they are under a lot of pressure. It's difficult to avoid it, but if they can eliminate that from their game or certainly reduce it, they're more likely to get the puck out of the zone and maybe create some attacking opportunities rather than just getting turned around and stuck in their defensive zone for probably a good 13 minutes of that 16-minute period. Second period now, we flip around. It's a little bit harder to get changes in the second. One of the reasons ice hockey is such a fast and furious game is because players run short shifts, so you get on and sprint, change, get on, sprint and change. Or at least that's how it's supposed to work. Sometimes players try and do it all themselves and end up entirely exhausted. Face-off taken and won this time by the Hellfish. A little bit unclear, but it's brought up through by Sarah Darcy. Tried to get on a forehand, but there was defence in the way. Puck now high in the slot, and Ismovic gets a stick on it, tries to clear the puck out of the zone. She gets past Carson. She's got some room. 3-on-2 if they can do it quickly enough. She tries to get on the forehand. She shoots, but the save is made by Katrina Lee in the net for the Hellfish. Nice piece of play there by Nismovic. She saw the opportunity. There was a bit of room. They had a good numerical advantage, but the pass wasn't on because Hellfish got back there quick enough. Georgia Carson was beaten, but turned around and managed to get back in time to shut down the option. You can see the Trash Pandas, their D, sitting right up back on the blue line. As here comes Vicky Prosic. She's got some speed. She gets past the first one. She gets past the second. She's on her backhand as she comes around the front of the net. Tried to get a shot away, but back in time was Nismovic, who got a stick in the way. Now it's Carson who circles around. She tries to put the puck in front of the net. Bodies were there. Wilson Allen couldn't quite get the stick onto it that she would have liked. Troon tried to keep the puck in. Nismovic just beaten there by Prosic, who gets onto a backhand, moves forehand, gets close. Deeks forehand, backhand, but the save again made Jess Meggs. Hellfish must be thinking, geez, I can't buy a goal this time round. Bree Holder tries to get the pass up to Nismovic, who's been in the ice now for a pretty long shift. They'd be looking to get changes, the Trash Pandas. All their line mates are all standing up saying, come on, let's get some changes. Puck is dumped in, it gets past Fletcher. She's got help racing back to assist. And they play the puck out. And just a little bit of luck there, they get the puck out. Troon caught offside, had to circulate around. As Ash Elliott tries to dump the puck in, she finds Nat. Nat gets onto her backhand. She's pushed wide by Chitz. Takes a shot across, but it was high and wide. It wasn't going to go in. And now it's on the stick there of Alicia Mabul. Elliott loops around the back of the net, tries to get it across into the slot. Can't get it past the defence of Fletcher. Chitz blows a tyre in the slot, has to turn around and get it back on her feet. Puck's loose in the slot. Now it's up to Chitz and Ekmov manages to keep the puck in. Chitz, though, battling, pushes her off the boards and at least manages to slow it down. Now the puck with a backhand shot there, fired by Ash Elliott, but that wouldn't go either. Hasn't been lucky so far this game. Ekmov now with the puck for the Hellfish, tries to get onto a forehand. Liv Fletcher, though, is back for the Trash Pandas and manages to clear the puck out of the zone nicely off the boards, but still stuck in defence, the Pandas. They'd be pretty tired. And Wilson Allen gets onto the forehand, chips it. But once more, Meggs, it just deflected off the top of there, I think. Nat Efmov with a chance. It won't go either. Frustrated, the Hellfish, they just can't get past. They can't get past Jess Meggs, who is now up to 18 saves. Trying to get some momentum now is Colette Morgan. And the Trash Pandas eventually managed to clear the puck out of the zone. They're trying to get changes. They've got to be careful now, though, because they're under so much pressure. And they left the middle of the net there for Morgan. Morgan, however, was shut down, but the shot fired by a rapid Prosic. But guess who's there once more? Jess Meggs. She's going to wear out the microphone. She's playing so many saves so far. 19 saves, Jess Meggs, with 12.5 minutes to go in the second. Most goalies would expect to see that many shots in a game, not the first half of it. But she has been outstanding. Williamson there, takes the face-off. Aleta Jackwitz here takes the face-off for the Trash Pandas. Gets it past Darcy. Got it up onto the stick. And racing now for it is Grace Taylor into the corner, but Troon's going to get there first. Battling for it, Troon gets the puck away safely behind the net. And now it's picked up by, I think that's Colette Morgan again. Tries to push past Jackwitz, but not getting past that brick wall. However, here comes Georgia Carson. She's got a little bit of room. She's being watched closely. Made the pass across into the slot. Not a bad choice, but back there safely was Natasha Hudson, who managed to shut that one down. Grace Taylor now trying to get it out, but Morgan chips it past, gets the puck there past Jackwitz. They dump it in deep, the Hellfish. And they're having to go back now and pick it up, Hudson. She gets it up onto the boards. Cross ice pass. Troon got a stick onto it. You can see how dangerous it is. So many times it gets intercepted. You just think, play it up the boards, but there we go. Bosman now for the Pandas. Puck ended up just about on Jackwitz's stick, but they can't clear it out of the zone. The Pandas, finally they do. And Taylor will have to race up for it, but she's going to be beaten to the puck comfortably there by the Hellfish defence, who played up ice looking for Elliott. Elliott with a lot of room. It's 2-on-none. Jackwitz sees the threat and has to race in. Elliott couldn't quite get onto the pass. She had Clarkson with her as well. Efmov fires the puck wide, and it'll be picked up now on the stick of Nismovic. No, sorry, that's not Nismovic. There is no 27 on the system. It might have been Beckleader. Elliott tries a little sneaky backhander, but once more in the way of it was Meggs. Holder is now trying to put some pressure on Efimov, but it ends up on the stick of mystery number 27. No, sorry, 67. It's Beckleader. I'll get that right eventually. Shot fired by Jackwitz. Save made. Now here come the Hellfish with numbers. Efimov was looking to try and get the pass across to Colette Morgan, but couldn't quite get to her. It was just a little bit of confusion. Hellfish had 3 on the line. Jackwitz picks off the pass. They get it out of the zone now. It's on the stick of Bree Holder, who just chips it in, but unfortunately for her, straight to a Hellfish defender. And now the Hellfish come back the other way. It's on the stick of Wilson Allen. Gets onto a backhand, poked off it though. Nismovic got a stick in the way. Loose in the slot, Morgan, but she couldn't quite get. They couldn't quite get the puck to her. No one really racing with some speed to get it, but they'll clear it out of the zone there. Kate Wales puts the puck away, but it's on the stick there of Georgia Carson, who almost always does exactly the right thing. But a shot fired goes just a little bit wide for the Trash Pandas. A chance in front of the net if they get it out, but no. Instead, here coming the other way with some speed is Wilson Allen. She gets past everyone, gets onto a forehand, shoots, goes over the top of the net. Megs didn't have to make the save. It was a great chance. Prosick now with a chance. She loops around, but there's a D in the way, and it's Natasha Hudson, who wisely plays the puck up the boards. That's the good choice. But Trash Pandas still with the puck. It's on the stick now, Nismovic. She's been watched by Prosick. Just loops around backhand, trying to find a D. Couldn't quite get on the stick, and all the Pandas are offside. They've got to move back quickly. They're still offside, and they're going to get called for it. It's not quite aware of the situation there. It was McBull. And now here comes Troon, looks up ice, is watched by Nismovic, who takes the puck off her, puck bobbling around. They've both lost sight of it. There it is behind you. But Darcy now has it with a little bit of room. Gets past the defence, but is pushed into the corner. Tries to get the puck into the slot, looking for a pick up there. It's the Trash Pandas being a little bit pedestrian, trying to clear the puck out of the zone. You can't hold on to it in the slot. You've got to get it out of there quickly. But now it's on the stick. McPaul, who has a little bit of room. Passes the puck across, gets it onto the stick of Zoe Williamson, but Zoe dispossessed. Troon winning that outcome quite comfortably. It's Darcy now ridden off the puck into the corner. Puck comes into the slot. Coming out now, Chitz doesn't quite manage to get past the defence of the Hellfish. Just ran into a solid brick wall there of Katie Hurtis. He said, "You're not getting past me." Morgan now circling around through the middle of the neutral zone. Ends up on her stick, not able to clean it up as Elliott got in the way as well. But now Morgan tries to make the pass across, but it's picked off beautifully there by Taylor. Unfortunately for her, straight back into the zone again. Taylor and McBull, but dumping it wisely out of the zone there, the Hellfish. Is now flying back in with some speed. Beck Leader. She's on her backhand though. She hasn't got much in the way of options. She's surrounded by two Hellfish as the Trash Pandas are changing. 7.5 minutes to go in the second. 1 goal to lead to the Pandas. And the Hellfish have the puck behind the net, and they look to play it up ice, looking for Elliott, who's now been on the ice for quite a long shift. She'll be looking for change. So too Morgan, but Morgan's pushed off the puck. She's racing deep into the corner with speed. She's being watched closely, though, by the Pandas defence, who managed to clear the puck out of the zone. It's with Chitz now. Chitz looks up ice. She's got Taylor with her. She can get the pass away, but Georgia Carson, the magician, she shuts it down, but coming back through now with some more speed. Hellfish take the shot. Trash Panda, take the shot, and they score. Carson got the first one. Couldn't shut down the second move there. It's coming through. And the Trash Pandas with a 2-0 lead. That's the most goals that have ever been scored against Hellfish throughout this entire competition. It said that you can't win them all. Pretty good shot there. Just blocker side right off the post. Wasn't a lot of room. Katrina Lee had it pretty much all covered. But the Trash Pandas now with a 2-0 lead, with 6.5 minutes to go in the first. Taylor now with a bit of a chance, but she's got to get past 3 green bodies and doesn't. Puck now loose in the slot. Backhander fired by Jamesis, I think. She's now being closely marked by Shelley Troon. Puck played out of the zone. It's on the stick now. Prosick, who's got some room, racing back quickly, who sees the threat. Grace is Taylor. Shot fired, and the Hellfish get one back. No. The Hellfish do not get one back. It's a beautiful save there, mate. I thought it had gone in the net, but Jess Meggs plucked it out of the sky. You'll see this on the replay. Prosick gets some real good speed. She's got a good angle, gets a nice shot. But Jess Meggs just plucks the puck out of the sky and says, "Thank you very much. I'll have my 21st save of the evening." Her teammates are definitely going to owe her a beer at the end of this one for sure. Battling for the puck there, the face-off indeterminate, eventually won by the Trash Pandas, but they couldn't clear it out of the zone. Now the puck across into the corner. Carson will race over to try and do something constructive with it. She's got Darcy up on, Pixel Allen up on the point. Doesn't use her because she was being watched closely there by Kate Wales. Puck just on the back of the net. Prosick tries to get a backhander across the front. Too many bodies there for the Trash Pandas. They try and reverse the favour again once more. They put the puck into the high slot. Pixel goes into the corner, but she's being watched by Hudson. Rides around the back of the net. Now it's picked up by Jackwitz. Jackwitz plays it up the ice. They clear the puck out of the zone just, but only as far as Prosic. Prosic manages to poke it back in as the Hellfish look like they were trying to get a change. Hudson manages to clear the puck out of the zone. Caught offside there. The referees might not have seen that one. It's up now on the stick of Wales, who looks up ice. He's trying to get a connection, but can't. Wilson Allen steals it from it, gets across onto a forehand. Gets another chance. Wilson Allen takes a shot, but it was going wide. But Meg's plucked it out of the sky all the same. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the second. Pandas with a 2-goal lead over the undefeated Hellfish. Hellfish with the biggest margin in all of the leagues here at iceHQ this season. Plus minus of around about 75, which shows a massive dominance, but it's not going that way for them so far. The Pandas with a 2-0 lead. Shot flung in from a distance by the Hellfish out on the point. Pandas once more, Jess Meggs managed to make that one safe. Elliott now trying to do something with it, but she's pushed off the puck. And the puck cleared up the ice, but they don't get it out of the zone. The Trash Pandas have got to get better at doing that if they're going to hold this lead. Darcy now gets around the back, then it puts it into the slot. It's loose. No one wants it though. Colette Morgan gets it onto a stick. She levels it in. Jess Meggs in the way. Once more, it goes around the back of the net. I think it's in the glove once more of the superstar goaltender, Jess Meggs, who has been absolutely brilliant. Face-off will be taken now and won by Morgan. Just comes up high. Shot from a distance fired. Hits the leg of Nismovic on the way in. Didn't get through to the goaltender. Solid defence by the Trash Pandas because that's all they've really been able to do. And they've got a couple of breakaways and they've both resulted in goals. That'll tell you something about how the game works. Breakaways are where the goals are. And now they're coming with some speed. It's Nismovic who's got some speed. She's only got one to beat. She's got a 2-on-1, but she's stolen and the puck is robbed. She's robbed of the puck, and now it's a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Elliott with a chance if she can get through to it. But the Trash Pandas get back in time. Nismovic tries to clear it out of the zone. Just gets past Elliott. Now racing up to try and pick it up. McBull, can she get there first? No, Troon has got a bit more energy and effort and gets there with a bit more speed. Just trying to get it out of the puck now, Katie Hurtis, but she makes a connection through Morgan. Morgan plays a little backhand, trying to fight Elliott. Morgan still battling through, gets past Nismovic, tries to get onto a forehand. Morgan is on the development squad for the Melbourne Ducks. And he's also playing a grand final just in another 2 days for the Rock Lobsters. There's a funny story behind that one. The Trash Pandas clear the puck out of the zone. Nice play there, Leader, who got it out of the zone. She prioritised getting out. Nat Efimov, though, chips it back in, but straight back to Leader, who returns a favour, puts it across ice, got it onto the stick, unfortunately for her, of someone she didn't want it to. But nice forechecking pressure, Grace Taylor. Beck Leader now with the puck again. She's got a bit of room. Some pressure there by Clarkson. Taylor now being watched tightly. And the puck just pushed back in by Williamson. And now it's going to be Prosic once more. Gets it across onto her forehand, but she's pushed wide and eventually runs out of room. Nice work there, Beck Leader, just shutting it down. And battling around behind the back is Tash Hudson. Puck goes into the slot. Chance was there for Carson. She couldn't get it away. Shots fired, just goes a little bit wide. It was a good chance there, Wilson Allen, but it wouldn't quite go. Shot goes into the slot once more. Another save by Meggs, but it's deflected into the corner. Sustained pressure. Prosic now looking to try and get the puck into the slot. She's got Carson just sitting there. Chit's well and truly outgunned by Georgia Carson standing there in the slot. But it's kept in nicely on the point by Wilson Allen, but she just trips over the puck. It's a bit messy, and as a result, the Trash Pandas will dump the puck all the way down the other end. Katrina Lee will watch it sail harmlessly aside. No icing the call by the referees. Trash Pandas and Hellfish getting much needed changes. Colette Morgan now on the ice. She's looking to pick up the pies through the middle of the Nutridome. She's got Elliott with her. She's got to get around two. She plays the puck back for Carson. Carson's on her forehand. She shoots wide. Colette Morgan is there, connects, and what a beautiful goal. Morgan straight into the slot. Wasn't marked tightly. Carson saw it. And you can see here Colette Morgan gets a little bit of space and just goes straight through the 5-hole there, which is between the goaltender's legs of Jess Meggs. Not much she could do about that one. She has made 23 saves. That's a pretty good save percentage for a goaltender. The Hellfish now on the board with this last face-off will not happen. We're going to run out of time. And at the end of the second period, the Pandas with a 1-0 lead. An absolutely beautiful goal there by Colette Morgan, just tipping in the pass from Georgia Carson. Those two now teammates at the Melbourne Ducks. Colette Morgan is on the development program. She's not able to play just yet for the Ducks because she's still technically a Canadian citizen. And as she's come from a background of playing ringette. If you're not sure what ringette's like, if you can kind of imagine the difference between basketball and netball, ringette is the netball to ice hockey's basketball. It's probably the best comparison that I can make. It's played on the same rink, but with some significantly different rules, and they don't have a puck, they have a little ring, and you push the stick around, you have a hockey stick with no end on it, with no blade, and you basically carry the puck, carry the ring through on the end of your stick. And there's a lot of passing involved. You're not allowed to cross lines and so forth. So it's got a lot in common with netball in the way that it's a enforced passing game. You can't go coast to coast. The rules specifically prohibit it. So it does teach very good stick handling, if not necessarily puck handling. But Morgan's come across to Australia and started playing hockey just about 2 seasons ago. And when she gets her naturalisation, she'll be able to play for her citizenship, I should say. She'll be able to play for the Melbourne Ducks, and she's hoping to be able to do that sometime, maybe this coming season. But she's certainly on the training squad and is a fantastic talent. Face-off won by the Hellfish onto the stick of Hurtis, who dumps it up the board. So only finds Taylor, though. Taylor's got Jackwitz with her, but offside but not seen was, I think, Bosman. Bosman now racing back, trying to get some speed. No, that's not Bosman. Not sure who it is. It's a number 8 for the Trash Pandas. It's not showing up on the system as well. So we just have to call her a random Trash Panda. But regardless, here comes the puck out now, and the random Trash Panda going to try and put some pressure on Troon. The puck is dumped back in by the Hellfish. They have to score 2 goals to win, the Hellfish, and they know that. They're certainly the team that can do it. This is so far the least amount of goals they've scored all season, but they do have 14.5 minutes to try and get some more, and Prosick will do everything she can, and she fires, but Meggs once more gets the blocker in the way and shuts that one down. Comes back across, though. It's on the stick of Morgan, but she couldn't get anything with it. Now Georgia Carson, though, with room. She's got pressure on her. Now Prosick has to beat one. Manages to stay on her feet as players taking a few tumbles. Jackwitz was back there as well, but not quite enough. Carson gets a shot, but what a beautiful save there, Meggs. Shut the 5-hole. The gap was open briefly, but Meggs shut it down. Fletcher plays it up ice, but straight back to Prosick, who winds, shoots, goes wide. Got to get the puck on the net. Jackwitz now sees the threat, shot fired in from the distance by Nat Effoff, but it ends up eventually on the stick there of Jackwitz, who has a bit of room. She's on her own, though. She's got some help coming up with her. Gets past the first D. She's got a loose player in the slot if she get the puck up there, waiting for it. It was Wales. Wales just sitting there. Wilson Allen tries to fire the puck in. Wales has to go up to pick it up. Gets a shot in, but it goes wide. Jackwitz a bit slow to get back to feet as Carson just waiting patiently behind the net. Here comes Morgan. She just loses the puck, though, behind her feet. She's got another chance. Gets past the defence of one. Gets onto a forehand. Takes a shot. And I'm not quite sure how that one didn't go in, but Jess Meggs has got a bit of magic. The puck had eyes, and it was going under the blocker. You can see here, Morgan's firing in. She gets onto a forehand. It's a lovely shot. But Meggs got something onto it. Looked like it gotten through her. But it didn't get all the way through and ended up on the pads. 13.5 minutes to play. 1 goal to lead to the Pandas. Hellfish absolutely pouring on the pressure. The Pandas so far, through Jess Meggs in particular, has been outstanding. Nesmovic now tries to get around the defence. Tips it across. Tried to find Holder, but it went just a little bit wide. A little bit of a push there by Elliott, who wasn't going to get pushed around. Attempted shot there by Wilson Allen, but it got a nice stick lift by the Pandas, and now the puck McBull, who looks up cross ice, tried to find a connection in Nesmovic. Nesmovic couldn't quite get onto it. Holder now coming in for the Trash Pandas, but it's out past him. Wilson Allen missed the side of the puck. Trash Pandas a little bit of indecision, but finally, eventually managing to do something with it was Holder. But now Carson has a little bit of room. She's got 3 purple bodies in front of her to get around. Gets onto a forehand. Fires the puck in, but Meggs was there. It's the right choice, Georgia. She didn't have many passing options. She was outnumbered, but got a nice shot onto the net. But Jess Meggs has been lights out so far. She's been absolutely superb. 28 shots now on her for just the 1 goal. Ash Elliott, put the puck up the ice. No, it was Prosick. Prosick with another chance. Tries to get onto a forehand. Just a little bit of a deke, some fancy footwork as she kicks the puck to herself, but tried to get the shot away, but bodies were in the way. Taylor now with a chance for the Trash Pandas, but the puck comes back a little bit past her and ends up on the stick of Nat Efimov, who goes cross ice, gets away with it, finds Carson, who has to turn around and do something interesting. Finds the stick of Morgan. Morgan couldn't hold it. And the Pandas look like they're going to clear the puck out of the zone again. That's all they need to do. They just got to keep turning the Hellfish around. 11.5 minutes to play. It's a lot of time though. Morgan, recipient of an earlier great pass, gets another chance. Morgan on the backhand, forehand. Didn't quite get the shot away. Beautiful, desperate defence there by the Trash Pandas. Efimov now took a shot and it lobs high into the air. A little bit of handball there. The Trash Pandas will clear the puck out of the zone and get the changes that they're pretty desperately keen to get. With the puck now on a stick, Efimov. She's being pressed by Taylor. Tried to play the puck up the ice. Finds Darcy. Darcy clears the puck out of the zone. Taylor still putting pressure on her. Gets past her though, Darcy. Had a nice option for the boards. Instead passed it Elliott. And the Pandas will just clear it out of the zone. Putting the Hellfish offside. No, not quite. Referee's not calling that one. They've got a better angle than I have. Puck now goes into the corner. Now Efimov has the puck. She looks around trying to find some options. She's got Elliott a little bit too far away on the point. Lobbing up, but Chits will be in the way and just shut that one down. As Fletcher tried to clear it out. Elliott got a foot in the way. Going over now to pick it up for the Trash Pandas is Hudson. Gets it onto her forehand, clears the puck out of the zone in the end, gets the puck up. Taylor, who's now been on the ice, be pretty keen to get a change. Now it's Sarah Darcy, who has a little bit of room, but she's surrounded by purple. Taylor now gets the puck, leaves it behind. She had a great chance to clear the zone, but unfortunately for her, the puck wasn't cooperating. It ends up now behind the back of the net. Fletcher now going to put some pressure on. Troon gets the puck up high. However, the Trash Pandas look like if they get there quickly, they get the puck out of the zone. Jackwitz sees the threat, looks up high, sees nothing but green bodies in front of her. She's got no choices. Put the puck across and tried to find some help. It's brought out though by Clarkson, who's just had the puck chipped away from her. And the puck up high in the zone for the Hellfish. They clear it out of the zone there. On the stick now, Darcy, who's been out for quite a long shift. You can see she's getting quite tired. Her legs are slowing right down. Loses the puck, but blasting through with some speed. Morgan tries to get it across on her forehand. Too many Trash Panda bodies in the way, though. Shot fired in by, not quite sure who that one was. But Hurtis couldn't do anything with it either, and it's out of the zone. It was Carson who set up that beautiful goal earlier for Morgan. Carson now with a little bit of pressure on her. Just calmly passes the puck up the ice. Racing in to try and do something now. Constructively is Morgan. He gets around the defence, looks up high, trying to find Prosic. Shot fired again. Jess Meggs makes the save, an easy one by all accounts, but the sheer volume of shots is out of control. Carson just calmly gets across to the puck, shuts down the attacking chance there by the Pandas. If they get another goal now, they'd be thinking about getting their hands on that trophy that even just an hour ago they would have been thinking there's no way, but they've got to do something about the shot there fired in by Wilson Allen, but she couldn't get it on the net. It's just sailed harmlessly wide. She's loose in high slot though. If the Hellfish can get the puck up to her, she's unmarked. It's a pretty dangerous thing. Prosic sees it, tries to get the puck across. It's loose in the slot. Backhanded shot fired again, but down on the ice and trying to clear it out was Meggs. And now picking up the puck and trying to get out of the zone was Holder. But Wilson Allen now tries to get past the pressure in the middle of McBull. Morgan now, but she can't go onside. She's offside if she plays that puck, and she does, and the referee will blow the whistle. As Wilson Allen was caught offside. If you're not familiar with the rule, if the puck leaves the offensive zone, so it crosses that blue line, every player has to leave before any player can go back in. Every player that's attacking, that is. The rule, you can think about it like this. Puck you, not you puck. So the puck has to go in before you do, and if the puck comes out, you've all got to go out before any of you can go back in. Now we just caught a shy of that. Now for the moment, the Trash Pandas will be very happy with any stoppages in play. It maintains their lead. Again, they don't need to score the goals. Fletcher not quite able to clear it out of the zone. Mizmovic tries to and clears the zone, only as far as Efimov, but Hellfish have to all reset, get themselves back onside, which slows things down for them. Every second off the clock is good if you are a Trash Pandas fan. If purple's your favourite colour, you want the clock to go as quickly as possible now. Taylor now with a chance, tries to get past Troon, does. Gets the shot away. Save made though by Katrina Lee in the net for the Hellfish. There wasn't a lot on it, but it was a constructive shot all the same. Troon coming back the other way, gets it onto a forehand. Pushed far into the corner. It's not a great angle for her. She does have a loose player in the slot. Sarah Darcy free. She can get it up to her. Puck across into the slot. Meggs is there once more. The puck comes out of the zone and picking it up now. Nuzmovic gets clear. She's got Sarah Darcy racing back to try and get to her, but she's got a bit too much speed. She's pushed wide those circles, tries to buy some time. Has Hudson high, has Taylor in the slot if she can get it to her, but doesn't, and it's picked up there. Hurtis, who has the puck behind the zone. She'll play the puck up the ice. Doesn't quite get it out of the zone. They do. They clear the zone just. Trying to find Taylor, trying to find Morgan. Morgan now just loses it under her feet. Nuzmovic plays it up to a teammate there in Taylor. Taylor tries to get the puck in, but she's got Nat Efmov in the way. Battling on the boards now, Morgan. Morgan being pushed hard from behind, but manages to come through with the puck going in the direction she wanted, even if it didn't go all the way. Now, Prosic has to reset, but she's got a little bit of room. Gets past Nuzmovic. Backhand, forehand, it's loose in the slot. Enough bodies there. Hudson was back for the Trash Pandas. And clearing the puck out of the zone now, if the Pandas can. Just 6 minutes now to play. Can they hold this 1-goal lead? Pretty soon we'll go to stop time. So the clock will stop when there's stoppages with 2 minutes to go if there's less than 2 goals. Morgan gets a shot across, but it doesn't have much on it. Doesn't go through. She gets another chance from her knees. Again, it won't go. They can't buy a goal at the moment, the Hellfish. They've got to clear the puck out of the zone, the Trash Pandas, and they do. It's Nikki Bosman now who manages to get past one, but doesn't get past the desperate poke check. Now Morgan with just one in front of her in Chits. Chits racing back. The puck comes across, getting in the way. The shot goes fired. Morgan was there. So too was Meggs. Morgan plays it up high, but a beautiful piece of poke work there by Bosman. For the Trash Pandas, Morgan with another chance to try and put it in the slot. Morgan there, so Bosman there again. She plays it around the boards, and Prosic might just pinch in and grab it if she can on the boards, but it's not going to happen. Prosic now has it on the... Carson had it on her stick. Played it back to Prosic. Prosic tried to shoot. Carson now gets a shot, and Carson scores the second goal for the Hellfish, tying it up at 2 goals apiece. Georgia Carson, the magician. You can see her here. She saunters right down the middle. There's a lot of space. There wasn't much there that Meggs could do. So we are now a 2-all game with 4.5 minutes to play in the third and final period. If we are tied up at the end of regulation time, we go to 5 minutes of sudden death, 3-on-3. And if it's still tied up at the end of 5 minutes of sudden death, 3-on-3, we then go to a penalty shootout. We'll see if that happens. 4.5 minutes now to go. Not stop time yet. Just playing the puck through up the ice there, Troon. And circling around now, we're back where there was Darcy. Puck goes behind the net though, and just pushed hard off the puck there. Elliott, who's still battling for it. Puck's down somewhere. Players all having a bit of a tumble, trying to push it in there, Darcy, but that wouldn't go. Trash Pandas desperately clear the puck out of the zone. They can't. It's on the stick now. Troon, who has time, tried to do a little bit of a clever thing and play it back to a teammate who wasn't aware that it was coming. Darcy didn't see that one. Trash Pandas clear it out of the zone, but Georgia Carson will go back with all the time and space in the world to pick it up and have a bit of a look around. She gets the puck up ice, fires Troon, who gets past Chits. Now it's Darcy who has a bit of room. She's only got one in front, and Fletcher. Fletcher forces her wide, takes a shot away, but Meggs was there and makes another save. Meggs now 31 shots on her for just the 2 goals. Outstanding effort, just Meggs. The Trash Pandas need to get it out of that area behind the net if they can. Shot fired. Prosic, and Prosic scores. Beautiful play there. Vicky Prosic managed to get a little bit of time and space for herself. Circled around the back of the net, got it onto a forehand and fired. And Jess Meggs despairingly watched that one go past her glove. Can't take anything away from Jess Meggs. 32 shots on her for just the 3 goals. Pandas 2, Hellfish 1 with 3 minutes to play. Can the Trash Pandas get one back and take us to overtime? Played through by Jackwitz. Jackwitz tried to get something on it, but it wouldn't quite go. They'll be desperate now. The Trash Pandas at some point will pull their goaltender and go 6-on-5. You've got to take a risk in order to win the game sometimes. Jackwitz now circling around. She's stuck with the puck, stuck without the puck, sorry, as Prosic tried to do something with it. Couldn't get a forehand on it right now. If the Hellfish can get another goal, you'd say it'd be lights out, but the Hellfish have not got it all their own way. Jackwitz tried to take it off Nat Efmov, who fires a shot in from a distance. It's loose in the slot. There was a good chance there for Morgan, but she couldn't quite get it. It's loose in the slot again, firing through that high-risk area. Efmov now tries to put it in, but it doesn't get past Hudson. Hudson dumped it out of the zone, but only as far as Hurtis. Hurtis finds Efmov again, who fires it in. It's a little tumbler. They're dangerous, those ones. Sometimes goalies think they've got it and just bounces awkwardly over the stick, but that time Megs had it. And this time Megs makes it safe. It's kept. And we are now into stop time. So the clock should be stopping. The clock should be stopping. The clock should be stopping. Yep, there it goes. We are stop time for the last 2 minutes. There's the Trash Pandas pinching right in. That's brave. They don't need to take those sorts of risks, the Hellfish, but if they want to, they can. Prosic takes a shot, tumbles up high. Would have been forced to eat my words if they'd scored the goal on that one, but they didn't. 1 minute and 50 seconds to play. 1 goal the lead to the Hellfish. That's all that matters at the moment. The Trash Pandas have got to get that one back if they can. Shot fired from a distance. I think it bounced off the back of Megs' leg, but she managed to keep it out as Hurtis got one in on the net. Another shot fired in. And the Hellfish are celebrating. It's got past. Didn't quite see how that one went in. We'll see that from the replay. It might have been Wilson Allen who took the shot. Just kind of bounced around awkwardly. Looks like it's just gone under Jess Meggs' legs. And Hellfish now with a 4-2 lead. Bit of a lucky goal, but the point about the game is that if you get enough shots on the goal, sooner or later something's going to go in. And that's a classic example of put the puck on the net and just see what will happen. And that time the Hellfish a little bit lucky, but they've had a lot of bad luck on shots as well. So great goal for them. Hellfish now 4 goals, Pandas 2 with 1 minute and 34 seconds to play. The Trash Pandas have called a timeout. You're allowed 1 30-second timeout in a grand final, which invariably ends up taking about 90 seconds. And are they going to pull their goalie? May as well. It's not going to get any worse, but if they can get a goal back in a hurry, you never know what might happen. So the question is, will the Trash Pandas pull the goalie? If they do, they go 6 on 5. The other team can then take pot shots at the net if they want, but they keep getting brought back if they ice the puck if they miss. So it's always a bit of a calculated risk. You can take a pot shot of the net from your own defensive zone. If you miss and you don't win the race, then it's a defensive zone face-off, which when you're 6 on 5 at the end is a risk you don't want to take. But no, the Trash Pandas have decided to leave Megs in the net, at least for the face-off. Maybe they'll pull her off as soon as the puck is dropped if they win it. Face-off there. 1 though, Morgan battling for it. All they need to do now, the Hellfish, is just tie it up. They're not silly. They don't have to do anything dramatic. Jackwitz now tries to chip the puck to the ice, finds Morgan. Sorry, it wasn't Morgan. Morgan's playing for the other team. She found the stick there of Kate Wales. Just over a minute now to play. Trash Pandas looking to clear the puck out of the zone first, get it up the ice, but pinching in nicely. The Hellfish to keep the puck in the zone. Jackwitz looking for it behind the puck, trying to create an opportunity to get out. Hellfish now with the puck going through that zone. Elliott just shovels it back in. Jackwitz now tries to get past Morgan. Clears the zone just, which is what they need, but it's not enough. 50 seconds now to play. Darcy just pokes it in gently. Doesn't have to do much. Megs comes out to play it. Jackwitz was calling for it. Puck loose in the slot. Shot is taken. Elliott got a stick onto it. Referees may have lost sight of the puck. So the save made. Another save there for Jess Meggs, who so far has had 37 shots on the net for 4 goals. It's a pretty good save percentage. That last one, though, would have been a bit of a heartbreaker for the Pandas, who looked pretty well like they were a really good chance, and they certainly have been. They've absolutely played above themselves. Coming up now down the middle, Nazmovic has to get past Prosic. Gets past, does not manage, though, to get past Wilson Allen. 28 seconds now to play. All the Hellfish need to do is clear the puck out of the zone and slow it down. Adefimov will know that. She looks up ice. She's got Prosic to pass to. Finds her. They get the puck out of the zone. That's all they really need to do now. Just 10 seconds now to play. The Hellfish have pretty much got one hand on the trophy. Troon now just lobs it up. Risky cross ice, gets away with it. It doesn't really matter at this stage, and offside is Makbul. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of regulation time, the Hellfish have won the grand final, 4 goals to the Pandas 2. And the Pandas, a great display there. The closest game the Hellfish have had all season has been this grand final. They were extremely dominant throughout the entire season, but they have taken the Women's League grand final here at iceHQ. 4 goals to 2, 37 shots on the net to just a 9 for the Pandas. Pandas got 2 from those 9. Goals to Tash Hudson have been given to, and Not sure who the other one is. It's not showing up on our system at the moment. But for the Hellfish, an absolute beauty early on with the cross ice part, with a pass into the slot from Georgia Carson, found Colette Morgan, who just tipped one in. Another absolute ripper to Carson on her own. And then a couple of beauties as well to Vicky Prosick, who put 2 in the net to finish it all off for the Hellfish. So a great game, very entertaining. Thank you very much for being with us for this grand final here at iceHQ for the Women's League. We've got 2 more grand finals coming up this evening. We will have the Division 4 grand final between the Arctic Thunder and the Hellfish again, and the Division 5 grand final between the Swoopy Boys and the Fred Minton Toilers. And those 2 games will be coming up at, well, it's supposed to be 7:20, but that's not going to happen, and 8:30, but that's more likely to be about 8:50. But regardless, we'll bring it to you tonight. Thank you for being with us at this one. I'm Carl Brewer, and I hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we'll be with you later on for some more hockey tonight.